As you pull up in the live, be sure to hit the like button, gang. You got work to do. Back again with another one, fan. Ringo TV. You already doesn't know what it is. Back again with another one. That's right. Continuing on with the investigation. Be sure to hit that like button. Become a channel member if you want to join the live chat in this discussion. You know, we got to talk about this particular issue. So I hope everybody's doing well. You know, if you're driving, make sure you maintain, focus on that road. Don't go around pressing buttons and looking at phones. Just kind of listen in, right? So we want to talk about this issue. Nolan Wells' mom subpoenaed his friends, basically threatening them with lawsuits. And I'm trying to figure out for what? You don't got any proof that they did anything, and you're doing it now. You don't think it's kind of too late? See, when people are greedy, they will do anything. I really believe that this woman hates white people so much that she want to go after his friends and paint this narrative as if though this melanated Filipino kid, because he's not African American, the so-called man she's married to is not his biological father. This Filipino kid, melanated skin, somehow was murdered by some racist whites. That's what she's trying to paint this thing as. But we got to look at a few things, gang. We got to look at a few things because it's like people don't really see the real. That's why when you come to Ringo TV, I'm the only platform providing you the truth. Like nobody else on YouTube is doing this level of work that I'm doing. Like nobody else. Everybody mad at me because I'm speaking the truth. I got haters that come to my platform every minute posting stupid comments. Oh, you're just making videos to make money. I'm a content creator. YouTube is a business. Content creators get paid to make content. Every content creator that does videos wants to earn a living. What's wrong with that? Is there something wrong with that? The news media talks about Nolan Wells all day. They get paid for that. You know that, right? Officer Tatum make videos about Nolan Wells all day. He gets paid for that, right? All the grifter channels, they just getting paid for that, right? But for some reason, when Ringo TV talks about the topic, everybody's focusing on who's getting paid as if though we forgot that social media is a business. I mean, if you don't like social media and you don't like content creators being paid when they're working, then why are you on social media? It doesn't make any sense. When you go to your job, you get paid for your job, right? Okay, I'm a professional content creator. This is what I do. My thing is, why is it that you're so worried about getting paid or what somebody's making, and you're not even focusing on the fact that Nolan's mother made $800,000 on a GoFundMe by lying to the people? Let's not make no mistakes, guys. Nolan loved his white friends. Y'all acting like Nolan was this melanated Filipino kid walking down Mississippi in a sundown town, and a group of white racists decided to throw him in a pickup truck and drown him. That's what you guys are doing. You guys forget that Nolan, he hanged out with these guys. He drank with these guys. You see him in photos with more white folk than black folk. And y'all here riding for a dude that had more love for white people than Filipino people. But y'all made it a race issue because the mama put out a photo trying to paint this picture that, you know, these white friends that he was with, they're at fault. Guys, I have my suspicions. I have my doubts about certain things, but I don't have no proof that I can pin on his white friends. I don't have any proof to work with. I don't. So, and here's another thing. This subpoena situation, it's not gonna work because it's kind of late. That's something you're supposed to do in the beginning when Nolan body was first discovered. That is when you sent out these subpoena notices, blah, 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 got your attorneys. Because it been like almost literally a month, 3 weeks past. Why now? And why are they targeting his friends, guys? It's because they're white. It's because they're white. We got to review another video that the mom put out on her social medias, man. I got to debunk this mess. She put out another video, guys, trying to put up a sob story. I don't, guys, when I tell you I don't support Nolan's family, a lot of y'all keep coming at me as if though I'm fighting for Nolan Wells' family. I'm not fighting for their family. I'm fighting for the truth. Nolan Wells' family are grifters. How many times I got to tell you guys that? I'm not on nobody's side but the truth. That's it. See, when it comes to cases like this, right, you can't really take sides because you don't know what is everybody's motivation. Like the mother, she's the one who is motivated by money. Every other week, you see her pop up on her social media trying to act like she's crying, like she's grieving. That woman is a fucking liar, bro. Like, I already proved this in multiple videos. Y'all keep riding with this family, and I keep telling you, they're exploiting Nolan. Nolan is dead, gang. He ain't coming back. And there is no evidence that anybody got till this day that can point towards his friends and say, this friend killed Nolan. That friend threw him off the boat. Even if his friends had some sort of involvement in something, you still need proof. You just can't subpoena people just because you don't like the fact that he was with white friends. What about all the people that were on Horn Island? How come the family are not subpoenaing them? See, that's how you know it's a race issue, man. They're targeting these kids, even though there's some questions, even though there's some flags in the play. The mother don't like white people. And I believe Ben Crump is behind. I believe he's the mastermind behind this grift, because who else would tell her, oh, we need to send out these notices, we need to do this? Only but Ben Crump, right? Think about it. Trying to make these kids get scared, want to give up their cell phones so they could go through their personal cell phones for what? You already made $800,000. Tyler already paid for your son's funeral. Colin Kaepernick already paid for investigative autopsies and all this mess. You got secret money under the table from celebrities. How much more money you want? How much more you gonna drag this situation is? Like you keep dragging it on and dragging it on. Your son is dead. Like, get over it now. Move the fuck on already, fam. All this investigating stuff is bullcrap. We didn't even get a damn autopsy with a toxicology test, fam. This woman is acting like she's the only one who have a child that died. And like I said, this could have been a freak accident. And imagine all of this harassment that she's giving these kids. It's one thing to speculate, to listen to interviews, kind of put things together, but without proof, nobody going to prison. Without proof, you can't prosecute nobody. All you're doing is just wasting everybody's time. So she's using emotional methods in order to keep people invested in this case so that she can make more money, guys. Why the GoFundMe on her page is still actively collecting money. Nolan was buried. It was paid for already. Her GoFundMe claimed that this GoFundMe is used for funeral costs. Well, the funeral is over. Why is the GoFundMe still active? You already reached your goal. Tyler Perry paid for that funeral. So all that money that was raised, guys, went straight to her bank account. She's not grieving, guys. That woman is laughing at everybody. I've seen so many cases like this over the years, and it's the same old play all the time. Same old play. People come in and they join, they feel sorry for the family, they give all their money. Notice, nobody's talking about Carmelo Anthony. All the grift channels, they're all focusing on Nolan. They forgot about Carmelo Anthony. Remember? They were all team Carmelo. But he doing 35 years. You see what I mean? 35. Even though you guys gave his family $700,000. Y'all gave the family $700,000 for nothing. Imagine that, fam. Like, everybody winning the lotto, fam. And this only happens with us. We're the only ones getting played. Everybody else that start GoFundMes, they have a purpose that they have. But with black folk, it's like we get played because we're led by emotions. We don't think. That woman is not African American. You guys jumped on board. A black kid, he's black. That man that she's with is not his father, gang. Y'all got played. I already told y'all this before Officer Tatum interviewed his friend who confirmed this. I did. I did all the research. Go check out my videos. I publish videos. I research who her father is, who that man is that she's married to. That is not Nolan's father, fam. That's the stepdad. So at the end of the day, if he's the stepdad, I already know he don't give a fuck about Nolan. I'm just keeping it a G. You know, a lot of times, right, I'm not going to keep it a buck because people get mad at me all the time. A lot of you women that are single mothers, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. Even if you look good, even if you think you got it going on, in today's day, when a man holler at you, right, and you a single mother, it's because he want you. He want you. He wasn't interested in your kids. Respectfully. He want to fuck you. Ringo, why you got to say that, though? Why you got to say it like that, though? Because that's the truth. That's the problem. You can't handle it. What is the bottom line goal of a man trying to hook up with a woman? To fuck. We acting like we not grown over here. I'm 49. I'm a grown man. If I see a woman that I'm interested in and I like her, obviously I want to fuck her. I'm a man. Is there something wrong with that? But see, we live in a world, right, where you can't be a man. You got to be fake. Oh no, sister, the reason why I like you is because you read the Bible. Oh no, sister, the reason why I like you is because, you know, I just like the way your photos look. You just look like a godly woman. And I just really am thanking God because of your essence and your presence. I just really appreciate it. No. He wants some pussy. You see that? That's raw, uncut. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we all here. Listen, guys, the only reason why you here existing today is because your dad fucked your mom. He wasn't thinking about you being born. He was interested in your mom at the moment. When he was laying pipe on your mom, he wasn't thinking about you. He was trying to bust a nut. That's how we all got here. You see what I mean? Now that you here, now he got to take care of his responsibilities. But see, ladies, just because a man want to smash, it doesn't mean he got bad intentions. A man might like you, he want to hit, but he really like you, he want to be with you. But don't try to shame a man because he trying to fuck. That's how God gave me this urge to want pussy. I don't know why. That's why. How you gonna get mad at a man for being a man? So when you look at the situation with Nolan Wells, that man is not his biological father. There's no real connection to that kid in terms of a biological child. He might have been there when the kid was young and raised the boy, but that's not his son. Do you feel me? That's just the way it goes. Don't get mad at me. See, a lot of y'all flip-flop. 1 minute, you team Ringo. Next minute, I'm unsubscribing. Then a week later, you come back to my platform, you subscribe again. Yo, Ringo, man, yo, you were right the whole time. No, fuck you. Don't play yourself, man. If you team Ringo, be team Ringo. Don't come over here flip-flopping. 1 minute you over there, you on somebody else's platform talking crap about me. Then you want to come back next week. You in the clouds watching, talking a whole load of crap. But you watch me every day. You know why? Because I'm good at what I do. I mean, who else give you a better show? Nobody else. Nobody else is lit. Nobody else keep it a buck with you. You know? A lot of you ladies, you talking about you want a real man, right? But when a man is speaking the truth, you get offended. Well, that's not right, Ringo, that you said a man just want to sleep with a woman. Ladies, I don't know what's the matter with y'all, but when y'all on the gram and y'all trying to look cute and trying to look good, that's designed to attract a man. Do you understand that? That's why God gave a man a rod with a nut sack so he could bust nuts and bust seeds inside of you so you could produce. But y'all be up here talking about, well, I'm just for the Lord and I'm just with Jesus. Well, you're going to die alone because God gave you a purpose to reproduce. He didn't give you a purpose to be on the gram looking good and looking cute and you ain't trying to give up that pussy. That don't make no damn sense. I'm just keeping it a G. You could get mad, but in today's day, most of us brothers, we not even focusing on y'all ladies like that. We literally trying to get our health in order, our peace, and just stay on the straight and narrow path. We're not even chasing y'all no more because y'all not even about purpose no more. Y'all acting like y'all got 1,000 years to get it right. We don't got that kind of time. But now, moving on, I don't know who that's for, but hey, it is what it is. Charge it to the game. Nolan Wells' mom is out here filing lawsuit threats, subpoenaing Nolan's white friends in whom Nolan loved. Now, there's a lot of rumors, a lot of things going around, and that's just the way the internet gonna go because nobody's getting down to the bottom of this case. You got everybody investigating on social media, but yet Nolan's family ain't investigating nothing. They're out here seeking money. You know, how come every time you see Nolan's mom pretty much speaking, but you don't see the stepdad? You know why? There's no connection to him and Nolan. You know, and I'm not saying that if you're a woman and a dude is a stepdad, that he's no good. You know, you got a lot of dudes that step up to the plate. You got some dudes that, you know, they've been riding with a woman from the beginning and he was there for all them kids and he took them in as his own. And it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You got some dudes out there that, you know, they do what they got to do. You know, sometimes you got dudes that come into a woman's life later on and he's a responsible man. But make no mistake, he wanted to fuck you. Like, just keep it a buck. Like, he ain't just get with you because he want to take care of your kids. No man holler at a woman, hey, baby, how you doing? Oh, hi. Yeah, I was just there. I was just seeing you there, you know what I mean? I just wanted to get your number and stuff because I want to be a stepdaddy so I can take care of your kids, you know? Oh, you really want to be a stepdaddy? Yeah, I saw you there and I knew you was a single mom and I just, you know, I really wanted to step up to the plate and just be a father to your son and, you know, just take care of y'all, pay all y'all bills. And, you know, I just really appreciate you. I just want to really do that. You know, I don't want nothing in return. You really think that's what he hollered at you for? Nah, he wanted to hit it from the back. That's just the way it is, man. God made it that way. Don't get mad at me. God made a woman with physical features to make a man want to hit. That's just normal. That's how we able to procreate and keep our lineage going. You know what I'm saying? But don't get mad at the player. Get mad at the game. I didn't make the game. God did. You know? Now, the problem with a lot of you ladies that you get dudes that hit and then they bounce is because you make decisions to get with the wrong man. Now, why is Nolan's mom with the stepdad? Why she ain't with Nolan's father? Because she was in them streets. See, y'all look at her and y'all think everything is flawless and perfect. But no, it wasn't always like that. She got a past. She got a history. So right now, she's trying to act like she's black when really she's Filipino. I told you already, she's Filipino. She's not African American. Just because she's with a black man doesn't make her a black woman. You guys turn a Filipino woman into an African American woman. She never claimed to be African American. Her social media, she claimed Filipino. Her father called her a Filipino queen, not a black queen, not an African American queen, a Filipino queen. Put a 1 in the chat if you saw my video where I showed you her so-called what's her damn father, Samoan father, where he said, "Oh, my Filipino queen." I was like, whoa. He never said my African queen, my African American queen, my black queen, Mother Earth. No, he ain't saying nothing like that, fam. But at the end of the day, when you think about it, people just don't want to deal with the truth. Like, for example, Nolan has the last name Wells. That's not the last name of that dude that Christine is with. His name is Wansley. So why Nolan don't got his name if that's his father? Because it's not his father. You got people saying, oh, Christine gave Nolan that last name to preserve her biological father's lineage. That don't even make no sense because that's perverted. You cannot take your father's last name and give it to your son. That tells me that Nolan's mom was in them streets, or she don't even know who his father is. See, this is the stuff nobody want to deal with. I dig deeper and find out the truth. When you have a baby as a woman, if your biological child's father is not there, that means you were in the streets being a 304. How in the world you a grown-ass woman and you don't know who your child's father is? You in the hospital in labor, and that man that you laid with is not there? That says a lot about you. Don't tell me that he's a deadbeat. Don't tell me that he's no good. Your legs were open. You were there with him getting it in. So how is it that you gonna come online, shame the father of your son, the father of your daughter, but yet you made the decision to lay up with a bum, but you want to complain? See what I mean? So this dude, Mr. Wansley, who stepped up, he just wanted to hit. In the process of hitting, he got her pregnant. You know what I mean? Had some other chilling, and now Nolan was already there. When they were at the funeral, you ain't hear that man say, oh, when my son Nolan was born, I knew God was good to me. He never said that. There was never no photos shown of Nolan being born as a baby during the funeral. But in the funeral, you saw a picture of Mr. Wansley holding a newborn baby that he had with Christine. And it showed Nolan in the picture while he was holding a newborn baby. How come we don't see no photos with Nolan and Mr. Wansley? Because that's not his biological father. You see that? And that's very important in this case because the media put it out there that Nolan is a black kid because they keep looking at this man. At no point did you see Christine come out and say, oh yeah, he's the stepfather. Oh no, that'll mess up the case. It'll mess y'all up mentally because you'll be like, hold up, wait, whoa. So he's not his biological father? No. So Ringo was right. Yeah. Listen, Nolan is Filipino. You go to his social media. Go to Instagram right now. Type in Nolan Wells. Look at his social media. You'll see the Filipino flag on his profile. Filipino flag. That's what he represents. He don't represent nothing else, right? Let me see what we got here. Shout out to, is this Mitt? Mittis? I'm not sure if I can pronounce the name properly, but welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining Team Ringo. Let's see what we got. And shout out to everybody joining up to the show. Be sure to hit the like button, guys. Hit that like button. They mad at me because I'm doing all these videos. You got content creators crying. All Ringo do is talk about Nolan Wells. Everybody on YouTube is talking about Nolan Wells. You talking about them? See, guys, when you listen to YouTubers, right, that talk about me all day, ask yourself this question. Why are they talking about me, but they're not talking about everybody else? It's because they're jealous of me. Some people are jealous, guys. They're jealous of my life. They're jealous of my family. They're mad as hell. They want me to die. They want me to die so bad, fam. And they mad that I'm on my grind. They mad that I'm good. A lot of these content creators suck. They don't got nothing to talk about. So when they see me working and I'm grinding, they can't do that because they don't have it in them to speak like me. So they're jealous. You get what I'm saying? So be careful when you're listening to these dumb YouTubers because they're just jealous because they want what I got, guys. Now, listen to the news clip, guys, because some of y'all probably don't believe me. Y'all probably think, you just making up rumors, Ringo. There ain't no lawsuit. Stop lying, Ringo. Stop lying. Okay, what's this? Let's see. Let's see if I'm lying here, gang. Let me go to this, get the volume up. Okay, boom. Everything look good. Okay, here we go.
New at 9, parents of Nolan Wells' friends and local officials were reportedly sent notices of intent informing them to expect lawsuits in connection with the investigation surrounding Wells' death. According to our media partner, the Sun Herald, those letters were sent by a Richland law firm, Carroll Bufkin PLLC, who is working alongside civil rights attorney Ben Crump. It is unclear at this time who exactly received these letters, but we do know they instruct recipients to immediately preserve all evidence in their possession in its original form and directs those recipients to suspend any automatic deletion or overwrite functions that could destroy evidence.
To you members that's in the chat, if you mention this YouTuber's name, I'm gonna block you. One warning you got. Anybody mentioning anybody's names in my live chat, I'm gonna block you. And I don't care if you're a member, I'm going to block you. Use your fucking brains, right? Don't mention nobody's names in my live chat. If you don't see me mention no names, don't mention no names in my live chat. You got that? Okay, now let's get to the content.
Nolan Wells' friends and local officials were reportedly sent notices of intent informing them to expect lawsuits in connection with the investigation.
To expect lawsuits. So I'm not making nothing up. The family of Nolan Wells is threatening his white friends with no evidence of foul play. That's what they're doing right now. Think about what's going on, fam. You're one of Nolan's friends. You knew him your whole life. And you're being threatened by the family with a lawsuit. And you didn't do nothing wrong. They're wanting your phone. That's what they want. They want to take their phones and their social medias. They want to bring back up social media. I thought they said that these kids deleted their social medias. If they deleted their social medias, how could you subpoena them and say, don't delete this, don't delete that? Make that make sense. You can't subpoena them now if they already done deleted stuff. They're trying to incriminate these kids because They don't got no evidence. How you going to try to sue somebody because they're his friends? If Nolan's mom never put out that photo, none of you would know who his friends are. Y'all would not know. She the one who did this. She the one who made it a race issue from the start. Do you understand? She made it a race issue. Because why? She don't like white people. And she figured, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to sue. I'm going to sue these people. I'm going to threaten them. So did Warren get one of them subpoenas? Did Wyatt? Did what's that? The white girl Katie? Did she get one? Did Bart get one? Because Bart already done lawyered up. He already lawyered it up. So it's like his lawyer going to be going after people. I guess somebody had spread something. And I guess it's interesting how everybody lawyering up. When I tell you, gang, this is why I'm not on nobody's side. Even though I don't got no evidence to prove that Nolan Wells' friends killed him, at the same time, I don't trust none of his friends. Neither should you. Because you don't know who's who. You don't know what can pop up. Nolan is dead and somebody know. Thousands of people were out there. If his friends left on the boat and then it started to sink and Nolan was on the island with the girl, somebody saw what happened to Nolan. Why Nolan's mom is not subpoenaing everybody that was at that island? Why she's picking on his friends, targeting only the friends? Why? Because they're white. Because they were the closest to Nolan. So she's trying to make an example out of them. See, the white community should be very upset at this point because these kids, and see, notice how fair and balanced I am. Even though I'm not taking nobody's side, if we have no evidence that his friends committed a crime, it's wrong to just accuse them of murder and you don't got nothing. I'm trying to figure out, will the family of these kids, and I call them kids, I'm 49. So when I look at them, 18, 19, they could be my kids. My eldest daughter's 18. You know what I mean? So when I look at these kids, I'm trying to figure out, will their parents later on file lawsuits against Nolan Wells' family for falsely accusing them? Will that end up happening? Will all of Nolan Wells' friends come together and hire their attorneys and sue Nolan Wells' mother for public harassment, falsely accusing them, hiring a civil rights attorney, making it a race issue, just making their lives a mess? Will that end up happening? Because it's like this may end up backfiring. This mess may end up backfiring because they don't got nothing. How you going to subpoena people? What are your grounds? Well, preserve all this and don't delete nothing. Bro, that applies to anybody that was at Horn Island. Y'all acting like Nolan's friends were the only ones at the island. So if I was the family of these kids, I would say fuck your subpoena because that don't even mean nothing. You're going to have to subpoena the whole Horn Island. You go find I'm not even an attorney and I could tell you that their subpoena is bullcrap because they're acting as if though those boys were the only ones with Nolan. The only ones at that island. That island had thousands of people. So we don't know who was there or what happened to Nolan. So how are you going to subpoena his friends? What's the probable cause? Where the evidence at? What are you suspecting that these boys got on their phone? Listen, you subpoenaing his friends, but you ain't tell the public what's on Nolan's phone? What's on Nolan's phone? Was there any investigation on what Nolan had on his phone? How come Nolan's mom ain't talking about why her son is an alcoholic, or was, I should say, an alcoholic? That's right. 18 years old and drinking? That's against the law out there in Mississippi. So explain that to me, Christine. Why you ain't on the media talking about your son and the possibility of him dying because of alcohol abuse and drugs? Why you ain't even thinking about, well, maybe my son died in a freak accident? Why? Why everything is about race? Why? There was other black people that was at Horn Island. Why you not accusing them? Come on now. She ain't used no Life 360. That was a lie. Tatum pretty much debunked that lie when he did the interview. That lie was debunked. She ain't used no 360. That's a lie. The friend clearly made it clear that he already contacted the mom and told the mom, I got the phone. He did that publicly on that interview. Again, I'm glad he did those interviews with the boys, but at the same time, there's things about those interviews I question. And I question, why is it that Tatum already took the sides of the boys? It would have been better if he was neutral and he's judging all sides. But he already done made it clear that he's on the side of the boys. Once you do that, I can't respect that. As a content creator, I can't respect that. I even had some other idiot that came in my comments and was like, oh, look at here, Officer Tatum's nephew. First of all, I'm 49. Officer Tatum is 39. So he would be my fucking nephew. I'm a grown-ass fucking man. I know I look young. I know that. It's because I'm blessed. I can't help it that the Most High blessed me with youth. I know. But don't go around calling me somebody's nephew when I'm literally their senior. You understand what I'm saying? People don't understand that when you take sides in a case like this, it can bite you. On his interview, some information is good, and then some information I question. I question some of the information. I personally believe that, and it's just my personal opinion, that Nolan's friends know something, but they're not going to talk about it. They're all in agreement not to say nothing. Do you understand me? It kind of goes back to the other case where you had the other black kid that died. Remember they had another story? Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull this up. Because I don't like just saying stuff and I'm not being clear. So let me go look it up so I could be a little more professional in what I'm doing. White teen tampers with evidence in drowning death. Right? Okay. 2 teenagers face felony charges for tampering with physical evidence following accidental drowning death of 18-year-old Daniel Irvin in Lake Ray Hubbard in North Texas. The suspects are 19-year-old Lucas Roper and a juvenile, right? It goes on and it says allegations, destroyed belongings. Police state that the teens failed to report the drowning and instead threw Irvin's clothes into a tree line and his cell phone in a ditch. Deleted communications. Roper alleges deleted all text messages and phone calls related to Irvin from his phone. Motive claim. Roper told investigators he panicked and deleted the messages because he was afraid he would get in trouble. Now, when I read these things, I'm not reading these things to accuse Nolan's friends of murder because I don't got no proof that they did anything. What I'm trying to show you is the mind of a teenager. This teenager tampered with evidence because his fear was getting in trouble. He panicked. Even though he never drowned the black kid, he didn't do it. All he had to do is just contact the authorities. My friend drowned. They would have questioned him. He would have went home because it was an accidental drowning. But if something was accidental and all of Nolan's friends were there, or some other people were there, and they seen what happened to Nolan, and instead of contacting local authorities, they tried to scrub their phones, delete stuff, tamper with evidence, and then they get caught, you'll be faced with charges. So in the case of Nolan Wells, I get the fact that they want to subpoena these kids, but they were not the only ones at the island. And you have no proof that Nolan was with them. You get what I'm saying? If the boys claim that they left and you can't accept that he was left behind, why don't you subpoena everybody on the island? They're not going to do that because they don't know who those people are. So they're targeting these boys. These boys are targeted individuals. These boys are they're being targeted by a family that is notorious for rage baiting. A family that is using the race card to enrage black people for financial support. You understand? Now, again, I have my criticisms of the friends, but I don't got no evidence that can prove that, okay, Warren killed Nolan. I can't prove that. That's why I don't understand why would Officer Tatum take a side. If you a former officer, you should understand you don't just take no side. That's not what officers are supposed to do. You're doing it in order to please the audience. As a content creator, you're supposed to be neutral in a case like this. It's one thing if we're fighting for justice for someone and we got hard facts and evidence that pin a murder on someone. Now we can take a side because why? We got evidence, evidence that show that this man murdered them babies. You understand? But if we don't got no evidence, if we don't have nothing, I'm not taking nobody's side because it may come up later that one of them boys that was Nolan's friend may have killed him. And if that be so, let's just say, excuse me, hypothetically speaking, Officer Tatum interviews Warren, right? And you see them up there in the interview. He's like, yeah, I believe you guys. I'm rocking with you guys. And then it comes up. That video surfaces where you see Warren holding Nolan's head underwater. And Nolan don't resurface. And you see Warren get in a boat and they sped off. If footage come out like that, Officer Tatum's career on YouTube is gone forever. Nobody's going to ever forgive this because they're going to be like, you supported a killer. You promoted him. You endorsed him. You lied to us. You believed him rather than being neutral. This is why it's always good to be neutral because it's like, if anything pop up on either side, I'm good. You know why? Because I'm in the middle. I'm not on the family side because they're focusing on making money. That's it. That family is not fighting for Nolan's justice. They're fighting for money. Their GoFundMe is still active. Why are they collecting more money for? Nolan was buried already. He's gone. They already got the second autopsy. So why are they still collecting GoFundMe money? Because it's all about money, gang. It's all about money. And whenever I bring up GoFundMes, people keep talking about me, worrying about what I got, pocket watching me. When I'm trying to show you guys how these people have robbed everybody. Y'all so worried about me. I don't get hundreds of thousands of views, so I don't make no money. Y'all worried about me, but y'all not worried about Officer Tatum? Officer Tatum gets hundreds of thousands of views every time he posts a video. I don't hear nobody complaining about how much money he make. How much views am I getting? How many hundreds of thousands of views I'm getting? I'm not getting no views. But you're worried about what I'm making. Ain't that sick? You're not worried about all these other people that are lying. Tissa Tales, lying every day. Trent Out Loud, lying every day. Willie D Live, lying every day. Hundreds of thousands of views. These people making $80,000 a month on YouTube. These YouTubers, they're making $80,000 a month. And they're lying to you every day. And you're mad at me, the one that get no views. Y'all don't even support my show. Where's all the Cash Apps? Who hit the Cash App lately? Did anybody hit the Super Chat yet? So where's the money that I'm making? Where's all the money that everybody keeps saying I'm making? No, the problem is people don't like the fact that people are following my channel and they're viewing my content, which mean, watch this, which mean I'm growing. They don't want me to grow. They don't want nobody to watch me. They want me to die. Can't you see it? So when you watch YouTubers focusing on money, but they're not focusing on nobody else but me, that's just pure jealousy right there, gang. Let's get back to the tapes. Hit that like button, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. This is the only channel on YouTube providing the truth. The only. We're not compromised. Nobody bought us. We're not connected to the mainstream media. We're not connected to no political party. We're not connected to none of that stuff. All these other YouTubers, they got millions of subscribers, like Officer Tatum. Do you see him on the news? You see him on the news media, right? You don't just get on the news media, fam. Guys, you don't just get on the news media as a content creator. You're in that world. Do you not understand that? When that man is on his channel, you'll be watching a video. Then a big promote come on. Hey, I am talking about a such and such product. You know, we're doing this product, this particular drink, and this. Bro, you worried about me? That's crazy, man. That is crazy. And no, I'm not trying to knock nobody hustle. But y'all be worrying about stuff that makes no sense. You're worried about the content creators that are smaller compared to content creators that are literally getting millions of views, making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And I don't make shit. I'm literally trying to survive. And people want me to die. And I'm providing the best work. And I don't even get supported. Ain't that something? I don't even get support. I can't even get you guys to hit the like button. You got 231 people, only 93 likes. And likes don't cost you not $1. You can't even hit the like button. That's how bad it is on social media. You could be sharing the truth. They won't hit the like button. They won't share the videos. They won't hit the Cash App. They won't hit the Super Chat. They won't support nothing you do. But they claim that they rock with you. But you worried about what money I'm making.
New at 9, parents of Nolan Wells' friends and local officials were reportedly sent notices of intent informing them to expect lawsuits in connection with the investigation surrounding Wells' death. According to our media partner, the Sun Herald, those letters were sent by a Richland law firm, Carroll Bufkin PLLC, who was working alongside civil rights attorney Ben Crump.
Who you think put out that photo? The mother. Nobody would know about that if the mother didn't do that. The mother put this out, guys, making it a race issue. She didn't have to do that. She could have blurred his face, and his face. She could have blurred it and just say, hey, my son is missing. Did anybody see my son? He's that guy right there. But no, she put these guys with him at the sea so that you can see that they're white. She did that purposely, man. And I can guarantee you guys, if I was a betting man, I can guarantee you Ben Crump told her to do it. See, a lot of y'all think that she just put the photo out there. Nah, she had got legal counsel already. Ben Crump said, put that photo out there. He was with them white kids. We could make a lot of money. Mississippi, woo-wee, we could get paid. Start up a GoFundMe. Trust me. When these attorneys talk with these families, they talk about money more than justice. Yeah. How many of you ever hired an attorney because maybe you were in a car accident, some insurance issues, you're suing somebody because of an accident, whatever. What do your attorney talk about more? How much money you could get. You see what I'm saying? He ain't talking about justice. Whole purpose of getting an attorney is to get that bread. So in order for Ben Crump to get paid, the family got to get paid. You see? Al Sharpton acting like he ain't trying to get no money either. Where he at? Because he the same one who said he put up $50,000. He's after money. He's trying to get money. That $50,000 that he put up, ain't nobody coming to collect that. Only an idiot would do that. That's a trap. That's a trap. Listen, nobody better contact Al Sharpton about, oh, I got information that could, that one phone call can jeopardize your freedom because it's a trap. Don't you guys know anything about the world? Watch this. Let's say Marquise died and there's a reward, $20,000 reward, and you call in. They always tell you, oh, you could be anonymous, you could be this, don't worry about it. No, it's a trap. Anytime they put out a reward for anything, it's like putting out cheese for a dummy to bite. Once you bite, now they got you. They're going to call you in. It ain't going to be this simple thing of you just share your testimony, you could go home with the money. No, it's not that easy. They're going to take all your personal information, your address, everything. They're going to find out who you roll with, who your friends. They're going to start to investigate your life. And if it come up that you're connected with that person in any way, you going down too. That's what people don't know. Anytime somebody offer a reward in a crime or anything like that, it is never about paying somebody in good faith. It is about catching people that may be connected because they know people are greedy for money. You see that? A lot of people are greedy. This is why nobody came forward. They're not stupid, especially if they white. I can guarantee you somebody out there saw what happened to Nolan, but they don't want that money. That's dirty money right there. If anybody talk, it's going to be a mess. Are you prepared for the public mess that would be started if you go after that money? Let's just say, for example, you have a 50-year-old man. He come out. I saw the teens with Nolan on the boat. His life is in a mess now. Even if they give him the money, he's going to be forever marked by the white community. He's going to be forever marked in his workplace. His face will be plastered everywhere. He won't be able to survive. He's going to have to leave the country. Are you prepared for that? Because these young men, their faces were plastered all over the news, all over social media, to the point where their privacy was gone. They were no longer private citizens. Now, everybody know who they are, and people labeled them as killers and white supremacists, when these were Nolan's buddies. Make no mistake, guys. These guys were Nolan's buddies. Nolan loved these guys. These are the guys he hung out with, who are white. So now here's the thing. If Nolan got love for white people, why the mother made it a race issue? If Nolan got love, Nolan didn't have no issue with anybody that's white. Nolan didn't feel like his life was in danger. Nolan wasn't suspicious of white supremacists and white supremacy and, oh, you know, they're going to lynch me on a tree. Mississippi's history. Nolan didn't care about that. Nolan was comfortable enough to be in swim trunks with no shirt on, hanging around his buddies. So why is it that the public turned this into a race issue because his friends are white? Why they do that? Because they don't like white people. And this is what happens a lot, guys. This is what happens a lot. People just run with these narratives because they want to generate hate. So now lawsuits are expected. And notice, even the media put the friends out there again. They didn't have to do that. So the media is also stirring the pot. The media is stirring the pot too. They didn't have to put the friends because they don't know who got those letters.
It's unclear at this time who exactly received these letters.
If it's unclear who received those letters, then why did you put out the photo with those friends? Do you see my point? Nobody don't know who received those letters. So why put out the friend's photo again? Why? Because the news media is doing their job to get their money. So to all you folks that keep talking about Ringo this, Ringo that, why aren't you talking about the media that's talking about Nolan Wells? Why aren't you talking about nobody else? Could it be because you're obsessed with Ringo? You know, some content creators don't even get no views unless they talk about me. Go look at their platforms. They don't get no views unless they talk about me. Let's go.
But we do know they instruct recipients to immediately preserve all evidence in their possession.
How could you instruct anybody to preserve evidence after over 3 weeks passed by? That evidence is gone. If I know I use a certain gun to unalive somebody, right? I'm not going to hold on the gun till this day. That gun going to be gone. If I use a phone to film someone being unalive, that phone going to be destroyed completely. I'm not holding on that phone. Who is that dumb to hold on a phone knowing investigators are out here hunting for stuff? Who does that? Only a dummy would do that. Nolan Wells' mom don't like white people, guys. If you're white, right, and you was friends with Nolan's mom, live around where Nolan moms live, you ought to be concerned because these kids, even though I have my suspicions and doubts and whatnot, at the same time, there's no proof that foul play was at hand. Like, okay, this happened. So you can't blame them. Can't. Notice this. Have you ever seen the mom publicly share her thoughts about what she think of Nolan's friends? Have you heard the mom publicly come out and say, do she think Nolan's friends killed her son? No. Why nobody's asking her those questions? Because they don't want to put her on the spot because it would scream race. Racist. She's trying to make it seem like they're doing an investigation. No, what we need to do is question the mom. Do you believe that Nolan friends killed your son? Yes or no? Simple answer. Do you believe Nolan Wells' friends, his white friends, I should say, do you believe, Christine, that Nolan Wells' friends killed your son? Yes or no? If she can't answer that with a straight yes or no, but yet they want to file lawsuit threats, subpoena his friends, something's wrong, guys. The only reason why you would do that is because you're suspecting them of killing this kid. So I think it's safe to say if the family is subpoenaed the friends, it is safe to say legally that Nolan Wells' mother suspect his friends of unaliving her son, or at least having information of what happened to their son. Definitely. But see, this is going to backfire because what Nolan Wells' mom don't understand is that white people, they play the game a little different. Let me put you on game. White people will let you go ahead and do what you do. And the whole time, they preparing for war. They're calculating all the things this mother is doing towards their kids. The lies, the public harassment, making people believe stuff that are lies, not speaking out against false information. And now you want to subpoena the friends when you got no evidence of foul play, no evidence that they were even with Nolan. You want to harass these kids for no reason other than hate, because you hate the fact that your son is gone and you're mad that these white kids are still alive, capable of living their life. So you want to make their life a living hell. There's consequences for that. And I believe that if this type of abuse continue, the families of these other kids, they're going to all band together in one big lawsuit against Nolan Wells' mother. And they're going to take that GoFundMe money right from their pocket. Because it is wrong to subpoena these kids for no reason. You don't got no reason for doing this. You're targeting these kids. These kids are targeted. Because if we're going to go this route, we need to do this to everybody on that island. They don't got that kind of time or resources to do that. So they're picking on these kids. That's bullying. You're bullying these kids at this point. You're threatening them and you're bullying them and harassing them to try to get information out of them. You're forcing information. You're trying to force kids to give you information that they don't even have, at least as it looks right now, because I don't know what they have. I don't know if these kids got information about Nolan Wells' death. They could have information, maybe they don't. I don't know. What I do know is you just can't keep accusing people when you don't got no information. That's wrong.
In its original form, and directs those recipients to suspend any automatic deletion or overwrite functions that could destroy evidence.
Now, that don't make no sense, guys. 3 weeks already passed. If evidence was going to be destroyed, it's already gone. So what I'm seeing, guys, is this. I'm going to tell you exactly what's going on. I'm going to tell you what Ben Crump and these race hustlers and grifters are doing. Watch. They're trying to get Nolan Wells' friends arrested after the fact. They're trying to get them arrested for something after the fact. Let me explain. This so-called letters or legal documents subpoena these kids should have been done 3 weeks ago. It should have been 3 weeks ago, not now. It should have been when the story was fresh and their phones and their social medias was active. That way, the friends are locked in due to the subpoena, meaning they can't delete their social medias. They can't do nothing because they're under investigation. But to watch these friends delete their social medias, to give them over 3 weeks to delete their phones, get new phones, change their phone numbers, and do all of that stuff, and then subpoena them, sending them threatening letters, and then inform them not to do nothing, not to delete nothing, not to do this, not to do that, right? And then it comes back that they already deleted their phones, they already deleted their social medias. That incriminates those friends. So what I would suggest is that the families of these kids get your lawyers to start doing their homework on the fact that these kids already may have deleted social media pages, not necessarily because of guilt, but because of harassment. I don't know if they had anything on their social medias. I don't know. Like I said, I can speculate, I can share my opinions, but I don't have facts that Warren killed him, that Bart killed Nolan. You go on YouTube, people are already accusing Bart of killing Nolan Wells. They're literally saying he did it. Not with a question mark, did he do it? Or they're saying that Bart may have killed Nolan, and then you kind of share your commentary. No, they're saying that the kid killed him. So now that kid, his family lawyered up. And they're going after the people that have been spreading lies. So it's one big mess. Matter of fact, the woman who put out that audio may be getting sued, guys. I told you this, guys, from day one. That woman who altered the audio, guys, that is tampering with evidence. Y'all don't realize this, man. I told y'all from day one that the woman who made the audio thing, that audio stuff, she manipulated the audio. That's tampering with evidence. That's a crime. And she spread it on social media. She spread it on social media. And she added text to the screen to psychologically manipulate anybody that's listening to the audio so that the subconscious text messages enter their subconscious mind, making them believe that they're hearing what they're reading on the video. She could face charges for that. So all of you YouTubers that are pushing that, you yourself might get hit with defamation lawsuits. And you will lose. Because any YouTuber pushing that audio, claiming that the kids were saying that, hey, Nolan, is he dead? And they're accusing everybody on that boat. The families of those kids can file defamation lawsuits against the YouTubers that are pushing those lies, as well as the woman who fabricated and concocted that crap. That's why I debunked it. I debunked that audio already. That woman never did nothing. She manipulated the viewers because she told you guys, listen to the audio and you decide what you hear. But she didn't make you decide what you hear. She put on the screen text messages so that while you're trying to hear, you're hearing, but you're reading text on the screen. So naturally, you're going to receive what is known as the placebo effect, where your mind is going to convince you that what she's showing you on the screen is what you heard. And it doesn't make no logical sense when you think about it, because a boat was sinking. The boat was sinking. These kids were panicking. Why would they be worried about Nolan if the boat is sinking? Nolan, is he dead? Who would do that? While their friend is on the phone calling in distress about a boat sinking. So let me get this straight. Boat is sinking, but we're all worried about, is Nolan dead? Make that make sense? And the friend is on the phone. So you guys are talking aloud while your friend is on the phone, but there's a dead body on the phone. Y'all right next to Horn Island. All these thousands of people are all around. What y'all gonna do? Dump Nolan off right there? People would have saw you do it. The body would have floated right back to the island. See what I mean? Sad, man. It really, really is sad how in today's day, people are so misled. I'm going to review Nolan's mom's audio. I might come back on. Let me see what time it is. It's 12:56. I might come back on, guys. I think I'm going to come back on. I'm going to go live. We're going to review Nolan mother's audio, some newly released audio that was just released. You will only be able, guys, to hear the audio on my platform because I have the best audio. Right? So we're going to review that. I'm going to break it all down, and I'm going to show you guys that the mother is playing a sympathy game with the listeners in order to get more money. That's what she's doing. She released some new audio, and she added some background music, trying to make herself appear sad, like she's grieving a hurting mother. Ben Crump told her to do that video. She already did a few videos just like that. She's trying to basically reel you guys in so that you guys can feel sorry for her. She keep acting like she's grieving. Guys, grieving people don't stay on social media. Grieving people don't worry about public comments. Grieving people are not worried about what the blogs are saying. No, what she's trying to do is she's trying to do damage control because she realized that a lot of people is on to her bullshit. Do you understand me? I don't trust that woman, guys. She's not grieving. She's hustling. So she's going to put out these plant videos to try to make it seem as if though she's receiving hate, that people are talking about her in a negative way. Why is she on social media? Why? Just let your attorney handle the situation. Why are you watching everything on social media? Why are you worrying about what people saying? You're not grieving. That woman is reading the blogs, bruh. She not grieving. And why is it that her so-called husband, how come you don't see him talking? How come you don't see Mr. Wonsley going up on Instagram or Facebook and just standing there in front of a mirror talking about, yeah, I'm just trying to hold it together. My son, he died and I'm just over here grieving, You don't see him talking. They don't make him talk. They make that woman talk. Because they know that so-called stepdaddy, they don't want him to mess up what's going on. You get it? So I'm going to come back on, gang. I'm going to go into the studio downstairs, the downstairs studio, and I'm going to pretty much break down the mother's video. I'm going to kind of just put in some extra overtime because we grinding. You got a lot of people mad at me because I'm making videos. Like, what else am I to talk about? And why is it that when YouTubers focusing on what I'm talking about, they're busy talking about me? Make it make sense, guys. Make it make sense. You're complaining that I'm talking about Nolan Wells, but you talking about me all day. Why is that? Because you don't got nothing to talk about but me. You're talking about me all day. To do what? To try to convince people not to watch me? Fam, the more you talk about me, the more people watching me. That's why I sit back and I laugh at people. The more they talk, the more people come over here to watch me because they're realizing that I'm doing the best work, and that's exactly what I'm focused on. So as long as people are talking about me, whether it's a positive or a negative, I don't care. Because why? I'm going to keep doing this work. You know why? Because everybody on YouTube is talking about Nolan Wells. Everybody. Not just me. So when people try to focus on me, all Ringo talk about is Nolan Wells. How do you know? Because you're watching me. You're just jealous that people are watching me. You're mad because you want my platform to fall so bad, but it's not. People rock with me because I speak on real talk. I don't sugarcoat nothing. If this is a popular story, this is my job. I'm a content creator. What do you want me to do? You want me to go talk about something else when this is my job? This is my job. You don't got this job. You go to a 9-to-5. You do what you do. I do what I do. Some people are weirdos, fam. Imagine you telling a content creator what he should be talking about while looking at him. Make it make sense. People are just jealous, man. They're just jealous because I'm doing the work. If you're here watching me, hopefully it's because you're interested in my content. Take a look at all the work that I did. Matter of fact, I'm going to start a playlist. I'm going to put together a playlist, guys, with all my videos. So all my haters, detractors that love to talk about me. So you have easy access to all my videos, as well as all the viewers that want to be notified of all my work. In this case, I'm going to create a playlist later on when I finish my next live stream. That way you can find all my videos, man. Because I provided the best videos so far. Nobody on YouTube is doing a better job than Ringo TV. Nobody. Nobody's doing a better job, guys. Because I'm asking the real questions. If Nolan was 18 years old, why him and his buddies were out drinking? They're underage, gang. Why Ben Crump haven't talked about that yet? Why Ben Crump haven't come on the news and says, Nolan may have possibly died due to alcohol poisoning, possible drugs overdose, because he was out there drinking. He's underage. He shouldn't been drinking alcohol and You know, you don't see Ben Crump and them talking about that. You know why? They hiding that from you folks because they think that y'all dumb. Y'all got to be smart. Y'all got to look at this thing for what it is, man. You don't see Nolan or his stepdad, Nolan's mother or his stepdaddy talking about how much alcohol Nolan consumed. That first autopsy and toxicology test, guys, is coming back with drugs and alcohol, fam, in my opinion. Because I believe that he overdosed on drugs or the alcohol killed him and he fell over in the water and he drowned. It's just that simple, man. It is what it is. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe today. This is the #1 channel on YouTube. You should have been watching Ringo TV. A lot of y'all just now pulled up. A lot of y'all just now discovered my platform. The reason why it took you so long to discover my platforms because the algorithm is hiding my platform from viewers because I'm doing such an excellent job. You know what I mean? When you speak the truth, you're going to have everything trying to stop you, trying to suppress you, people spreading lies on you because they hope that nobody watch your channel. They want you to die. Those are the type of things that I deal with on a day-to-day basis, but I keep grinding it out. You know what I'm saying? Just keep dropping new videos. I overwhelm my haters because I keep dropping videos. You know what I'm saying? So I overwhelm them with work. They can't even respond to everything because it's like there's so many videos. Like, how do they even keep up? You know what I mean? And it's just a lot of jealousy, man. A lot of hate, you know? You got this family grifting, accusing people falsely. If I don't got evidence, I can't accuse nobody, man. I can't. If I don't got no evidence, I can't accuse you of killing Nolan with no evidence. It makes no sense. It makes no sense at all, man. Let me see. What is this? Hammy? I can't even pronounce the name. But you super chat $2 says, big up, Ringo. Keep on speaking the truth. Well, I'm going to always keep speaking the truth. Because it's like people, I don't get it, guys. Let me ask you a question. And I'm serious. How many of you people are upset with me if I get paid to do content on YouTube? How many of you are upset with that? Because I'm trying to figure this out. YouTube is a business. They have ads on videos for a reason, so that content creators can get paid for their work. I'm not here sitting for free. Just like when you go to your job, do you go to your job for free? Or do you go to your job because you want to earn from your labor? So if I'm speaking on a story, sharing my professional opinion, using my cameras, my internet, my house, and you are benefiting from my work because you're viewing it, it interests you. It allows you to understand what's going on. Why would you be upset with me being able to keep the lights on? Why would you be upset? Do you know how this video would look if there's no lights on? It'll be dark. But I find that a lot of people pocket watch me as if though I'm rich. Rich? Making about $20? I'm rich. Oh, that's a lot of money. Oh my goodness. I'm rich. Somebody just super chat me $2. $2, gang. You're worried about $2? And Nolan's mom got $800,000 and nobody cares. Ain't that something? $2. I was super chat $2. Now watch this, gang. I never received $2. YouTube takes 30% from any super chat you get. And if you super chat via an iOS device, Apple takes 30% again. So that's 60%. 60% from $2. What am I left with? Bro, that ain't no fucking money, bro. What is $2? Y'all crying over $2? I'm convinced that black people really have no concept of economics, and that's why the majority of black folks remain at the bottom. Because we live in a capitalistic society. And the last time I checked, YouTube is a business. Everybody's trying to earn a dollar. There's a difference between earning a dollar legally versus illegally. And I find that when you are legally doing a job, black people always want to look at you like you're negative, like something's wrong with you. So I'm supposed to come on YouTube and do content for free. That's what I'm supposed to do? So let me get this straight. I'm a full-time content creator. I should do all my content for free. I shouldn't have memberships for people to support the platform so I can survive, so I can have some food to eat. I should starve. Yeah. I shouldn't be able to pay my bills. Nah, of course not, right? I shouldn't earn no money, guys, right? I shouldn't have to be able to pay to buy food for my kids, right? That's not important. As a YouTuber, I should use all my equipment, all my studio gear for free and never earn nothing so I can make you happy. So how the fuck do I be able to pay my bills? How do I keep the lights on? How do I pay for the internet? How do I survive if I don't earn? This is how I know that I'm dealing with NPCs, guys, people that are just weirdos. I'm the only YouTuber that people question when it comes to doing content. They always want to know what I'm getting paid. They don't ask Officer Tatum that. They don't ask Willie D Live how much you getting paid. They don't ask Tissa Tales what you getting paid. They don't ask nobody. Do you ask YouTube what they're getting paid? You don't ask YouTube that, right? That is why, guys, when you listen to people that keep worrying about what somebody getting paid, you're listening to someone, especially if they're on YouTube and they're talking about a content creator. They're jealous of that content creator. They're jealous of them. It's all envy, guys. They're mad because they're broke and they want what they got. They want what they got, guys. That's all it is. Some of these YouTubers, they can't even get anybody to watch their video unless they're talking about me. I'm their meal ticket. I'm telling you, look at some of these YouTube channels, I promise you. Let them go make a video, right, about anything. Nobody will watch their videos. If they make a video about me, people watch. Let me explain why. Matter of fact, put a 1 in the chat if you want to know why my haters get a little bit of views when they talk about me. Put a 1 in the chat, I'll explain why. I'll explain why. The reason why my haters get any sense of views is because they're attracting my haters. They're attracting my haters. Some YouTubers, in a desperate attempt to get views, clicks, whatever, they'll just talk about me in a negative way because they're trying to attract people that don't like me. Go to some of these YouTube platforms and look at the comments. You'll see those viewers saying, please make more videos like this. Make more videos like this. Why? They like hearing people talk about me. Those are haters. So if you feel that building a platform off of people that hate somebody makes you a good content creator, then have at it. Those people don't respect you. They just like the fact that you're stupid. Because if you do any other content, they're not watching. You got to watch. You got to talk about me in order for them to watch. That's the only time they'll look. If you talk about anything else, they won't look. That's why it's never good to have a platform and your platform have no real purpose other than hating. You get what I'm saying? Me talking about the Nolan Wells case infuriates a lot of people because I'm not bought and paid for. I'm not on nobody's side. I'm not fighting for no justice for Nolan. And I'm not fighting for no justice for Nolan's friends. I'm fighting for the truth. I want to know who killed the kid. I want to know why the family made this a race issue and haven't cleaned this mess up yet. I want to know why they're filing lawsuits on these kids with no proof. You get it? I'm not on the friend's side and I'm not on the family side. I'm on the side of the truth. That's it. All I can do is focus on the truth. What really happened? My job is to bring the news to the YouTube community. You do with it what you will. But I'm not sitting here running up and down, justice for Nolan Wells. That kid is dead, fam. He ain't coming back. His family don't care about no justice. They care about money. And I can see that. So I would be stupid to be online, justice for Nolan Wells. How am I saying justice for Nolan Wells when we don't got a suspect that killed him? If there's no suspect, if there's no foul play, if we have no evidence, then why are we crying justice for Nolan Wells? If you die in a car accident and nobody was at fault, your car hydroplaned on the road and you went over the overpath and end up dead, should we say justice for you when you died in a freak accident? You see my point? So when you see everybody running around saying justice for Nolan Wells, what you're essentially saying is that somebody killed him. What you're saying is that somebody did something to him, and we need to find out what that person did. Well, you don't got no proof that anybody did anything. So how could you say justice for somebody when you don't even know how he died? If the toxicology tests come back that Nolan died of an overdose, what are y'all going to say? Y'all going to look stupid. You're going to have YouTubers deleting videos, putting videos on private. You're going to have various news sites deleting, scrubbing their websites. Because why? Now the truth is out. Now it's clear he died of an overdose and drowned in the water. Then what? That's why I focus on speaking the truth and stay neutral, because I can't fight for justice if there's no suspects of killing him. You see? I would hope that viewers are intelligent and educated. That's why my live chat is on members only, guys. It's on members only for many different reasons. One, so that the chat room remains clean. There's no drama. There's no trolls. There's no people posting N-words all day. You know, you just have decent conversations where people are able to share their thoughts and keep it moving. You know, another reason to support the platform. In order to keep these lights on, we need your support, right or wrong. So it's not a thing to have a membership. That's a part of YouTube. YouTube gives us this ability to earn. Do you not understand that, guys? So if you don't want to join the channel membership because you can't afford $5 to support the platform, then stay in the clouds. You're not allowed to be in my live chat. If you want to chat, you can comment for free after the video's done. But to be in this live chat, that's a privilege. That's a privilege, and it comes with a price. If you can't afford it, I don't care. That's your problem. But I'm not going to have everybody just in my live chat just saying whatever they want. I'm not going to do that. Because then it takes away from the show, because now I got to be arguing with people. Those of you that have been watching my platform thus far, you can remember when the chat room was open, you found me arguing with people every day. That takes away from the show. It takes away time. It throws me off. It's a distraction. And I don't need all of that mess. So those of you that want to be in the live chat because you want to support the work, join the channel membership. If you don't want to join the channel membership because you figure, well, hey, I ain't spending $5, well, then stay in the clouds. That proves you don't belong in the live chat. You see how I did that? Easy, right? Because I don't want to be sitting here reading a bunch of dumb comments from people hating for what? No. If you want to post something, pay at the front door. No different than when you go in the club, you got to pay an admission fee. You complain about that? So why the fuck you complaining about me if I have channel memberships? That's a part of YouTube's system. If you don't like it, that's your issue. How you gonna complain at another person on how they run their business? That don't make no sense. It is what it is. So I'm gonna come back on. I'm gonna go grab something to eat, and I'm gonna come back on, being that it's still early. It's 1:19. So I'm gonna come back on possibly by 2 a.m. I'm gonna come on about 2 a.m. So if you're still up, if you at work, whatever the case is, depending on your time zone, whatever, we're gonna review Nolan Mom's audio. We're gonna rock out with that, put some more work in, continue to grind out. You know what I mean? That's what they mad about. They mad that I keep grinding. You know, every day I'm dropping them videos. They mad about that, fam. I'm gonna be dropping more videos every day. Literally, I'm gonna probably drop about 6 or 7 videos or more a day because I'm getting back into my flow. You know what I mean? Because I had a lot of responsibilities that I had to take care of, and I took care of a lot of major stuff. So it gives me more time to actually put in my work and do what I love. You know what I mean? A lot of people hate me because I'm into content creation. Don't get mad at me. Get mad at yourself. You know what I'm saying? You need to get a life if you're mad at me. I'm doing my job. Me sitting here, this is my job. You know? Just like when you go to your job, this is mine. How you gonna hate on me? Because I'm at work. I show up to do what I gotta do to take care of my family. So it is what it is. Shout out to all the people that are channel members. Shout out to those that hit the like button, those that support the show, those that subscribe. You know, it is what it is. You're going to always have people that's going to hate you, man. Haters are really fans when you really think about it. Your haters are your fans. They just hate. It's like they like to hate you because they know that you keep it real. Get it? So in a way, haters are fans too. A lot of you haters that watch me, you're my fans. That's why you watch me. You watch me because you like watching me. You like hearing what I got to say. You watch me to get upset. So it is what it is, man. I'm going to get up on out of here. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. I'll catch you guys later on. We're going to get back into the content. It is what it is. You like the shirt? Yeah, it is what it is. I'm out. Y'all take care. Peace. We